get bored, I like to look into what the government is up to and where they're spending their money and use that information to make my own investment decisions. It's going okay. Last time Trump was president, I was able to do that enough to get the down payment for this house. Now I'm trying to build low-income housing, blah, 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 blah. I've actually already done a video about aerospace, and it's looking a lot like Space Week here. I thought I'd give you some more information about the stocks I talked about. These are actually in a lot of different sectors. The first one is Corning Glass. You might not think of them as being in the space. Besides making fiber cable, which is something I've talked about before, they actually make like the shuttle windows, which, they have to be like specific glass, in order to withstand like the heat and the pressure and blah, 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 vacuums of space. I'm not a physicist. The next one is Redwire. They have a lot of subsidiaries, considered the main contractor for the Commercial Lunar Payload Services, or the CLPS. Going to be a big deal with the South Pole Lunar Expedition. What I talked about is Intuitive Machines. They actually have 3 contracts for the CLPS. I've been having issues landing upright. Like, they've sent several machines up to the moon so far, but like every time they get there, they go blink. They've done that twice now. They are the first people since the 70s to actually put something on the moon. So that's something, really gonna nail the landing. This is Lockheed Martin. You know them, you hate them. They, besides making missiles, so make probes, because of course, they made the Orion spacecraft, they make fuel tanks, they make a whole bunch of stuff. They are actually merged with Halliburton, which is another one of those like scary companies that we all hear about. Also making lunar robots. So the next one, Moog, they make a lot of metal parts. They were also part of like my steel series. They actually just announced that they were shutting down their chassis plant in Alabama. I think it's in Coleman. Something to look into. They do major supplier for big guys like Boeing and United Launch Association though. So like, I don't know if the shutting down the plant is going to be a cost saving measure and they're going to come out of this fine. I know a lot of people losing their jobs. CMGMY, they make propellants. The only note I've got written down is I would not invest in these guys morally. They have a really, really weird long controversy section. If you want to do a dive that's kind of related and kind of not, that's where I would start. Just, there's a rabbit hole there. CACI, same deal. They're really fucking weird. These companies get involved in some strange shit where when you're reading articles about them, you're like, how did you even get involved in this? Leidos is a part of Lockheed Martin, but they have a different stock ticker. This ORI is really interesting. That's Oceaneering International. They make remote operated vehicles and theme park rides. I guess that's diversification. Teledyne makes communication systems and electronic components for the space shuttles. Boeing, besides making shitty planes, they also make rockets and satellites. Keep that in mind. Aerojet Rocketdyne makes rocket engines, and they supply them to a lot of different manufacturers, like again, like with the Boeing and the ULA. This next one is also really weird. It's AAR Corp. Their stock ticker is AIR. They might be bribing Trump. And it might be the most open thing I've ever seen in my life. Again, go look at the Wikipedia page for this place. It's AAR Corp. It looks like they mostly do maintenance. I don't know. It's very strange. Northrop Grumman receives 2% of the total U.S. federal government contractor spending. A lot of it is on the space program. Not all of it is. This is another one where, like, morally, I do not invest. I love Honda. I'm a Honda girly. I'm very open about that. I'm actually on my second Honda. I'm a big fan. I'm very excited to see what they do. I included them on my space list, even though they just got in the space race this year. Curie Technologies makes processing equipment for space. Next couple are also defense contractors, so take that with a grain of salt. We've got General Dynamics, RTX, Howmet, and Gilead Sciences. I know a little bit. I did some reading, and there's some weird shit out there. Let me know what you find. Please keep in mind that I am not a financial advisor. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not licensed to do anything. I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm just some dumb bitch on the internet who needed something to do on her lunch break.